Alright, and I'm off. So it's the next morning from the day I was walking around and went to the cinema museum. And today I'm heading to Gaziantep. And I've just now left the Couchsurfing's apartment. And there's about a, 5k walk or so before I'm up by the highway again. And then I'll try my luck. I feel like it's going to be easier down here because people are a little more welcoming, and there's also a lot of trucks that drive this southern road. So yeah, I'll see how we go today. By the way, it's 9:20 in the morning, which is going to be the earliest I've gotten up and left yet, so yeah. Alright, so I've just stopped at a little park here about halfway along the walk. I've done that thing where I'm wearing the long sleeves and now I'm sweating. And I'm trying to hide from the road just because, like I said the other day, it's Ramadan at the moment, especially down here in the southeast. There's seemingly a lot more practicing Muslims, and for anyone that doesn't know, during Ramadan they don't eat or drink or consume anything really that's for pleasure. I mean, okay, they use their phones, but no eating, no drinking, no cigarettes, nothing during the hours of the day where the sun is shining. So often they'll get up at 5 in the morning, have breakfast, or have like a really, really huge dinner at midnight kind of thing, and then they don't eat, they don't drink, they don't smoke throughout the day until the minute that the sun goes down. Then they start eating, and it's during Ramadan for a month of the year, and it changes, sort of shifts. All their dinners are quite big, and they eat there's special foods that they eat during Ramadan, and they sort of make it a community thing. So while I've been getting hosted here and during Ramadan, not only am I trying to sort of stay off of the road. You know, there's a lot of people here in the cafes. There's still loads of people, especially younger people, that are obviously not following Ramadan. They might still be Muslims, but they're not following Ramadan. And there's just something weird in my heart where if I'm sitting in a restaurant and I'm the only person eating, sure, they're still open, sure, they're still serving food, sure, I'm paying them, but I don't know. It's a judgment thing, and so the same as that, I try and not smoke on the street while it's all going on, because I don't want to tempt anyone, and I also don't want to be judged for my beliefs, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to try my best to respect their beliefs as much as I can. Yeah. And the food's been really good. I didn't show you yesterday, but I had a thing called a bureg, which was kind of like a cheese pastry. And since I'm in Adana, the day before that I had an Adana kebab, which is like their staple thing here. And I was asking my buddy here while I was in Adana, what's the famous food that I must try while I'm in Gaziantep, which is today's destination goal. And he said that the special thing there is baklava. So anyone that knows me even just a little bit knows that I like sweet and knows that I like baklava. So the baklava in Turkey has been fantastic already. So if it's the place that it started or the place that it's known for, pretty keen to try Gaziantep baklava. A knefe last night, which is like a crispy cheesy dessert, and in the past I've only ever had it with like hot syrup poured over it. We had it a few times in Central Asia, knowing that it's Turkish. We had it a few times in Konya 6 months ago when I was there with Sherry. I'll put the little video job up here for that video. And yeah, we had one on the first night when I first met this host, and then last night we went out again with all his buddies and we had another one, but last night's one had ice cream in it, so the famous Turkish ice cream was inside of the cheesy crispy thing. So fantastic stuff. You know, not to compete or not to compare and, you know, show results or whatever, like, it's just genuinely an interest of mine and something that maybe you're interested in too after we've been to 20 countries. I used to work in kitchens, and I used to be rather hefty, so let's just say I really like food. And one of the things that I embarked on this journey with Sherry around the world to do was to learn what other people eat, how they cook it, what's special and what's not so special. It's such a fine line, and it's interesting where it's also the two countries that I've enjoyed in general the most. So not just because of their food, but it just so happens to be that the two places that I rate highest on the list of food are also the two places that rate highest on the list for everything. Being people and sights and culture and welcomingness and so on. But it is such a fine line between Turkey and Morocco that I can't actually decide on one. And I don't need to. But I think Morocco wins because it scores slightly higher on every front, maybe just not the variety of food, whereas then Turkey scores higher on the variety of food but a little bit less on everything else. Let's put it like that. So I think Morocco wins if we are playing a game, but Turkey is very, very close second, and I'm not finished here yet, so like, let's see if that changes. I realized something kind of ridiculous and funny. My name, Adam, in Turkish translates to human. And it's taken me a while. Like, I was here for a month and a half last year, and I've been here for about a month now. And I didn't realize until I'd started hitchhiking how funny that actually is. I mean, they know the name Adam, they know it, right? And in Turkish a lot of the names mean something or are named after someone, which in my case would be the same case, right? Adam, he's in all the Bibles, all the Qurans, all the books about God, and he's the first man, and so then for it to translate in Turkish to human makes quite a lot of sense. But I've realized, like, once I started hitchhiking here, that, like, I hop into the car with a big smile on my face. I say hello, I make sure they understand that I'm English. And then I introduce myself, and I'm saying, if I could say it in Turkish, it would be, you know, the translation would basically just be, hello, I'm a human. And I'm getting into their car. It's like, what? This is weird. You know, it's weird enough that I'm standing on the side of the road waiting for someone to pick me up that I don't know. But then to get into the car and say, I'm a human, is just hilarious to me. So anyway, it's nice to meet you all. I'm a human. Yeah. See you later. So once again, it happened so quick that I wasn't even able to show you me standing there. I need some clips of me on the side of the road holding my thumb out, so you guys know what I'm doing. I walked the last couple of Ks up the road. My host last night had said to, like, go up onto the highway, which I wasn't really too keen on because like the cars are going really quick and there's not necessarily somewhere for them to pull over. So I tried first just before the on-ramp from Adana, and really quickly I got picked up. Abka. Hello.
Hello.
He's delivering motor parts to an area close by, so he just hopped out to deliver his stuff. Yesterday, I arrived in Gaziantep with that nice truck driver. He had to do some deliveries, and it was a bit of a confusion where he did one delivery sort of in the north of town, like north of the center, and I explained that I'm going to the center and I don't mind walking some, and he drove down like a big main road, and I said, like, let me out here. I'm 3 kilometers from the center, so I'll just walk this last bit. And like I was going right and he was going left, and I saw on his maps that he was going left, so I said, let me out here. And he said, no, like, all in Turkish, but what I gathered from that conversation was he wanted to go and do another delivery, and then he's passing back through this part, and so that he'd be able to take me closer, kind of thing. Anyway, so we drove like another 3 or 4 kilometers further away from that position, and I was just waiting in the cab while he was doing that second delivery in town, and then he comes to the door and he's like, okay, like, that's it. And so I was like, all right, fine, all good. Anyway, so then I had like a 6 kilometer walk to where I was staying. About halfway along, I found a train station, took the train, and came into town. Gaziantep is nice. It's different to all the other cities, obviously. They're also famous for lahmacun, which is like this really thin, it's almost like a pizza. I don't want to offend anybody by saying it's a pizza, not the Turks nor the Italians, but lahmacun is their thing, and it's like a pizza. And then baklava, which I had some last night, and it's good. It's really good. So let's see what we get up to today. All right.